Hello guys, now you need to be excited, by the way, with today's show, especially men. Have you been wondering why every time you meet a lady for a date, she goes off, you call, you text, no reply? Today, you're going to know what it is that you're doing wrong that is rubbing those ladies off. Okay? What is it that you're doing wrong that this lady keeps on shutting away? That is why today's show is actually exciting. And ladies, pay attention too. Hey, Benjamin.
Hello. And you know, we talked the other day and we said the women who seem difficult are the easiest to date.
Yes.
They don't empty your pocket. They have built a life and they understand the logistics of life.
Yeah.
They have a job and they understand when you have a job, how it can be demanding. But they also notice effort. They notice laxity. They notice decidedness. The women up there are the best to date.
Okay.
They bring a whole package.
Mm-hmm.
The others down there are the hardest and the riskiest. They require high effort and they bring high risk. Suicidal bombers. Remember that girl you're seeing there who has no life going on. Another guy who has more money than you can sway her. And you have to keep monitoring and watching. She has a whole day idle and she'll monitor when you did not call. You called 10:51 and you decide you called 10:45. She'll remember petty things.
Yeah.
And she's very needy. You have to keep financing her life. And you have to keep assuring her because she has no goals to keep her busy.
Mm-hmm.
Are we together?
Mm-hmm.
Today we are discussing healthy women then. Okay. Those are the girls there who can also conduct very humongous amount of mind-boggling levels of cheating. Because she wants both of you. Mm-hmm. I read for you the Slay Queen's court the other day.
Yes.
They were saying if one can pay 10K, the other 20K, don't choose either. Take both.
Yes.
So they can do that kind of cheating to get both ways. This woman we are talking today has no time for cheating. Cheating is time consuming. Have to be.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of secrets to be kept. A lot of course cross communications. A lot of sneaking away. It's it's another job. How many jobs can you manage? So, the women we're discussing today wants clarity. In fact, a lot of women primarily out here who you think, my question when I was dating was, is she single? That's all. I didn't care. The only those out of reach are the married ones. And I was so courageous when I was in hospital, I was on the lookout for the doctors. That's how courageous I was.
Even on your sick bed.
I'm going to see the sick person, but I can also see other people around. My eyes are not tight. And I think I met quite a few nurses, some doctors. Brother, this is only time, brother. Attempt. What do you stand to lose? Apart from being called a dog. The worst one will call you a dog. So, if you can stand being called a dog, usually what else do you stand to lose? She can shoot you with a pistol. Can she shoot you? No. So what is it? What do you guys make a big deal? Does she have a ring? No. So, hey, how are you? I was looking for this direction and you look nice. Can I get your number? No, I don't give numbers. Dog. Okay, so what have you lost? And many will happily give you the number. They'll just say, I like your effort. My wife has been approached by many working guys and I liked their effort. Mm. At the bank, she's transacting something and the guy says, sorry, I'm married. Oh, but I like your effort. Keep on, you'll find. That's all. That's how healthy people date. Stop making it too complicated. So, start looking at busy women who have a life. Are we together?
Okay.
Now, the following are the rules, do's and don'ts. Mm-hmm. I've told you a few do's, how I did it. One guy was telling me, man, where are the girls? And we had passed through the supermarket with him. I took him back to the supermarket to talk to that one. I can't see her eating. Go find her. He was too timid to make moves. He said, where are they? Go to law court. Check the ladies who are doing their work there. Whenever you are conducting your life, you bumped into a law firm, into a clinic. Be chatty, be talkative. Be open-spirited. Searching is searching. The definition of searching, according to the dictionary, is what? Actively looking. So, we are talking about the guy is actively looking and the habits that are admirable and welcome and acceptable to healthy women.
Yeah.
And the ones that are not acceptable. And we said the other day that you need to have an agenda to look like you know what you want.
Yeah.
And to look like you're both polite and driven. You are not forceful, but neither are you timid. And sometimes, those days I would sit in a hotel and across there you notice that you have eye contact with a lady from across there. The next is to find out whether there's a
ring.
When you marry, wear a ring. Stop confusing people. Are we together?
Yeah.
Good, marry, wear a ring. You're confusing single people. Their market is made of adults who don't have rings.
Yeah.
So it's easier to know. For me, this is out of respect for my marriage. Yeah, I'm out of market, guys. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. It's the way you write there, sold. For me, it says sold. The tag in the supermarket saying, oh, the electronics, but this one is sold. Just waiting collection. Yeah. Me, I'm out of the market. I'm around physically, but I'm not available. Listen, one of the things you need to be doing when as a man in your searching is to be proactive. Women admire a guy who can just walk. She has packed. She's walking across to enter the mall, and you intercept to say hi. That is very admirable. I don't know you, but I just like the way you look. Do you mind I introduce myself? And I asked you again, what is the worst thing that can happen? Because you fear too much, you guys. In that incident, I saw a beautiful lady who was parked her car and she's walking across to enter the bank, and I was also going back and I noticed this is a pretty. Can I say hi? Oh, sorry, I'm married. So what have you lost?
Nothing.
Thank you. And she might also, oh, okay, I'm married. That's my will talk. Later on, we caught up earlier today. The friends I have today, that's how we caught up. Friends, you know, this kind of catch up, sometimes they translate not into marriage, but into normal friendship.
Yeah.
Or contacts, acquaintances. So that courage today online is more, we're interacting more online. That courage to go in the box and greet her and use the name she has used there. You know that she's a sober woman for using real names. If somebody is using weird names, so one of the put-offs for men, let's start here, is to call yourself Simba Kubwa. Your social names, your social media names should be sensible. Please. That's why I calling himself a big lion. Now, it looks like a threat, you know, and your profile name should not be a hammer. You look violent. You know, another guy is putting a hippo. Can you imagine when you are chatting with a hippo? So, when the season comes for dating and presenting yourself to the world, dress up. The same way you dress up for interview, dress up your social media, dress up your presentation, polish up, touch up. For me, I simply put a headshot of a good professional photo. And that's all. I took it with my phone, but I made sure it looked professional. It added to all the places I was going, and it helped me win the tender in the end. Yeah. I looked level-headed. Don't just put an Arsenal t-shirt there. Even if you're an Arsenal die hat. During the time of searching, make sure you put one of those memes. People take a meme of a very, very ugly guy eating mandazi. Now for you find that funny. Now you put it there. Don't do that. You want to make it easy for women to see who's talking. You don't cover your face and you're talking, hello, are you a terrorist? So when you're greeting people, make sure you're visible. So the first thing they respect is when your profile looks real. Are we together? Don't create many pseudo accounts and you look like a fake person or a shadowy person. In fact, Brahma, your life is real. Use your profile as a presentation to greet people. The first rule with men online, I told them, because I'm in my space most of the time. I'm in class, I was doing classes at the time of dating, I was doing sessions, but I was always on my phone and my computer. So I was always searching online. Always. Greeting. Someone never replied. Just check the wall, check how it looks like. No sign of being married. Ask out. Just greet. Congratulate something you saw them on. Some will see, others won't see. That's how the market goes. When you are dating, when you are a hunter, take rejections and ignore being ignored as routine. It's not a special thing. You're not that special so far. Are we together?
Yeah.
I know. It doesn't sound flattering. But so far, you're just a seeker. Walking across the market and looking. So, accept your position. But work hard to make it short-lived. Are we together?
Yeah.
Many people search for 5 years because they never fully throw themselves into searching. There are many ladies who have come for coaching, many men who come for coaching, and by just changing how they are putting themselves into the world, they tell me, how come? This is so quick. Now I have many inquiries. Some even apply what we teach online, but those I coach personally, I can see how they are created, how they are. I can see where the guy is coming from. Some guys are overweight. Can you tell men to look good? Sometimes when you're too overweight, you are scary. Please, are we together? Some men are eating too carelessly. Remember alcohol and ugali or starch, carbs, those things they add with sugar, whatever. Some men have just been living like that. And when you are too heavy, some women think your body weight should be commensurate to your body frame. Let me repeat that.
Yeah.
If your frame is big, you could be 100 kg and you're very healthy. Are we together?
Yeah.
Your body frame the weight should go with your body frame. But if you are this short and this full, and your belly is introducing you before you enter the house, you know the lady will figure out during those good moments when you are the two of you, and she won't get the picture. And she doesn't want to be ridiculed by the mother. You know, women can ridicule each other. Now, this man of yours, she can be asked a very annoying question, and it is truth. So, so I just wanted to find out whether you considered don't look careless, don't overeat. Manage your weight, go to the gym, look presentable. Are we together? Yes. She does not want a bad accident that you broke her ribs because you are too heavy. Please don't do that. Make sure you look presentable according to your body frame. I must emphasize that because some people have a tall body shape, body build. But when they are the right weight, it can be, it's not the weight of 70 kg. Some you can be 70 kg and you're overweight. And another guy is 120, is not overweight.
Yeah.
Because of the body frame. Make sure your BMI, we have tools online that you can fill in your height there and your weight. And they tell you whether you are in a healthy spectrum of weight. So don't be obese, don't be overweight. Monitor your weight throughout life. More so if you are a driving guy. Driving makes you very comfortable because you are traveling when you are seated.
Yeah.
When you are not driving, you end up doing exercise even if you don't want. You walk a lot. You do a lot of walking. And you may not have a lot of surplus money to eat anything. Sometimes the bachelor keeps fit automatically. That's why many marry and start growing. Because comfort has come, variety of food has come. And I never wanted to lose my shape just because I got married. So keep monitoring. I know if I grow too big, I won't be able to talk. Me, I talk with all my body. So if I'm like this and I can't sit up because I'm full here, and I'm trying to illustrate a point, and I'm already sweating, and you are having to... What will happen usually? This will not go on. And no clothes can fit. You know, the more you grow, they don't make clothes for overweight people. They try to make clothes for normal people. So you fit. It fits here, here it doesn't fit. It fits here, here it doesn't fit. So you have to make oversized clothes to cover just generally. And you appear looking queer. So you as a man, make sure you are presentable. You don't have to be tall. You can't control your height. Can you stop harassing guys, the tall, dark, handsome? We can't control our height, please. Yeah. I don't want to hear that phrase anywhere. I've seen a multi-millionaire who was a very short guy. While women after him, your guess is as good as mine. Please. I just to remind you that many of the leaders we have here, Napoleon Bonaparte was a short man. The height of body will only limit you to very few women. When you are driven, Brahma, even the way you talk and excite her and show her and make her feel happy, feel validated, she can get addicted to the feeling you give her.
Yeah.
So women emphasize tall, dark, handsome before they experience who you are. So we are saying this. Make sure you have your real photo online and make sure it looks presentable. Don't wear just vest and you are eating. Then you take a selfie. Don't put photos of alcohol online.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing is don't text hi, hi, hi. Never text HI. That's not an adult greeting. That's a teenage greeting. Grow up. Are we together?
Yeah.
The other thing is once you meet once, she agrees to meet you for a date. She has not agreed to be in a relationship. So after that day, don't expect her to be picking your calls and returning your texts. She just showed up to hear you out, to see what kind of a human being you are. And maybe she decided you are not her caliber. And she acted out of courtesy. You know, some ladies can smile out of courtesy and then you're already falling in love. She doesn't want to argue or look disinterested.
Yeah.
She will smile and flow along and it was nice meeting you. And you go away. After talking online, you met. Some men start now filling the gaps that now you owe me response. That's all it. How come you're not answering me? Who are you to me? A woman meeting you does not mean a relationship has started. Are we together?
Yeah.
We have boys who don't have basics of relationships. Maybe you met and she decided she does not like how you smell. Physical meeting clarifies a few things. Brother, don't fall in love online. Are we together? Make sure you meet first to see whether the goods online, the pictures, match the reality. Are we together? Yes. The Gigi, that online shop, they keep warning you. First see, examine, then buy. Even if you're seeing the photos, it can be full screen, and the screen is on screen. Can you see real life? And see how much touch-ups had been done. And Brahma, once you meet a lady and you have liked her more, allow her to make her decision. Keep in touch, but maintain a healthy distance. Maybe she has liked you, but she had to clarify her life to make room for you. Yeah. Good women are hardly ever idle. There are some foxes already hovering around her. You remember that? This is a jungle. Very many hungry hunters. When you identify gold, other fellas are most likely also identified. That's why I told you never to ask whether she is with anyone. Never ask whether you are in any relationship. Some of the things they are in are interim relationships. In the meantime. And she has outgrown it and she's trying to get out. Some men have arrested how complicated her life. And you're the one to pluck her out. She wants out. She wants help. You're the one to help her out. Some of the men have learned to manipulate and blackmail and overpower. You are the other hunter who comes to, you know. So don't ask whether she's with anybody, or to find whether she's married. Don't ask, are you single? Because some are not single because they didn't find relationships. Are you married? No. If they have a boyfriend they want to protect, they'll say, I'm in a relationship. If she blocks, move on with your life. The woman of your destiny will never need you to compromise your dignity or to do weird things. No. She will even assist you in establishing the connection. Keep that in mind. So we are saying, once you meet, let her decide. If she's fading away, no problem. One of the simplest criteria is to use the friendship tag. I was checking you up as a friend. How is everything? You may realize that you have come back to mind when she's done with who was holding her back. That may be 3 months down the line, 4 months down the line. We talked with my girl the first time March, and we lost touch. We reconnected again in July. I liked her the first time we hooked up, but I was too distracted looking around. The time was not quite ripe. But in between, we were interacting online, we belong to the same Facebook pages. I get to see this girl thinks so well. I go back to my chat to follow up. So the fire will not always ignite on first contact. When you're busy searching, and I think I was also distracted by this one who looks potential, this one looks potential, this one looks potential. When you are searching, sometimes you have a lot of aims. And because you're not over investing, no money you're giving or sex you're having, This is looking and checking.
Yeah.
One of the time, I think I was traveling far away by train to go see potential. SGR, my brother. And I travel. I go see and I grade it. I wanted clarity. I didn't want to build a person up in my mind when they are not like that in reality. So I need to spend a few hours, spend checking, just checking. That's when I graded 46%. My pass mark is 75. Can you have a private scoring criteria? You see things, you score. you score. And you remain as friends. So, friends don't have an obligation to call every day, and it can die natural death. Friendship is not forced.
Yeah.
So, friendship is the best place to live what you're not sure about. Best place. Don't always close doors or shut. To keep hope alive, remain friends. So, you reduce, when you are friends, you reduce flirting, suggestive talking. And after one more conversation with your friend about your findings, you'll be very clear in your mind. You may be clear that it's not, or you may be clear that we're not sure for now, leave it, let's see where it goes. Many will just die natural deaths. Others, as you talk, the conversations tell you their values and the lifestyle they live. For that one, when I was traveling, I realized she was not ready. She wanted to start masters, finish it fast, and the dad would not allow. So I realized this one has not yet individuated, and she has another journey to go. Everything may be right except the timing. So, X, move on. like that. And the best thing about that kind of method of searching is also adventurous. You get to see the terrain in full view. Before you start dating, you meet people by chance. You don't know how the market looks like. Now you begin to see how the market looks like, how people miss opportunities, because you know your value. The other thing that women hate is when you are nagging.
Yeah.
Don't call 24 times. Please, she's not carrying your kidney. Don't pester.
Yeah.
Don't text and text. Another thing is, of course, not to talk about sleepovers. What is that? How do you talk to a woman you respect about sleepover? It's a very disrespectful topic. Yeah. Others, don't ask them, when am I seeing you next? That should come from you. You're the one to come up with agendas, brother. You're the one to tell her what you want. You're the one to discuss the life you want. You don't ask a woman to invite herself to your life. Don't ask her what she's bringing you if you're meeting. You're the one to bring things. Don't suggest as if you expect her to give you things. Always talk as if you are happy to meet her and to learn each other, and be a gentleman. I told you about a few ways to connect the woman is. Everybody usually has an ongoing concern. What she's trying, problem she's trying to handle now. Life is made of like that. A problem she's trying to solve, something to achieve, a goal she's stretching forward towards to. So assist her with wisdom and listening. Yeah. Empathetic listening and wisdom. And I told you, once you want to enter a woman's life, help her solve a problem. Help her solve a problem. One of those problems she's dealing with, a challenge she's undergoing. It is very romantic when you expend effort to connect. You can expend effort to connect so that you can get to know her closer. I did that with one girl, and I got to get into her life, only to realize she was not done with her ex. So I moved on. This thing happens like that. Everything is right. We are tick for tick, except you're not done. You're indecisive. You're just there. Do you want an indecisive person? No. You want a person who sees you and they clarify their life quickly. Because they realize you're an opportunity. If they don't realize there's an opportunity, if they don't recognize the opportunity you present, they are not the one. Keep in mind that most of the people you'll be dealing with may never marry right. They don't have the mindset for it. Entertain that possibility. You prayed for the right woman, and she's not the right woman. Don't get too emotionally attached. Yeah. And that the challenge with that time and the way I want you to keep it brief. The longest searching you can endure is 1 year, my brother. After 1 year, you'll be too tired. You'll be making blunders. I realize it's tiresome. It's tiresome. You need to engage it with all your energy and make it brief so that you finish and go. And I asked you whether you can search for a plot for 5 years. When you already have the money.
No.
Thank you. Even the car, it reaches a point I've seen enough of the market, it's time to make a decision. Isn't it? I've seen enough of the market. There are many great guys who married wrong because they had 2 women in front of them. I warned you about the counterfeit one who comes before the real one.
Yeah.
One way you can put off a woman who had valued you, who had seen potential, who had decided, is when you don't see him to decide whether it's her or another one. You can lose her for good. And when you come to know those women, they tell you they put their silent test to know that you are really the one. One of the tests is on the Saturday, the first Saturday I was going to visit her with my friend. Those small visits, always have a friend who can help you see what you can't see. Also to maintain a safe environment. When you're 2 of you and she's alone or she also has a friend, that is a simple, it's more safe. You're meeting for the first time, she doesn't know who is this. But at least it's not secluded, you know. I was not sure whether I would go. So I told her, I'm not sure whether I'll come tomorrow. She said, no problem, you'll tell me. But I sensed this woman is high quality and she's not desperate. And if you appear tentative, you lose her. If you have interacted enough with this woman and you've seen her value, make your decision. You can lose her for simply dilly-dallying. And she comes to learn that you don't quite see who she is.
Yeah.
This is different from the way he said, you can get in touch and the friendship doesn't progress. You disappear, you come back later to each other's life. That is a different case. And that happens because you did not you did not talk much. You met briefly. When you are in other places in life and nothing picked, then later on you get to talk more. That's the difference. This other one is when you have talked on a day-to-day basis, then you disappear from her. And you've known each other and there's liking and you've developed feelings. If you disappear from a woman after you've known each other so well, after you've been together and she comes to learn she cannot trust you with her feelings. And even when you try to come back, you will not be welcome. Remember that. Don't arouse the hopes, the feelings of a woman whom you have already loved and you think you are perfect for each other and lead her on only to disappear later. You have lost it. In fact, you think you are the one in charge, you have lost the opportunity there. And she knows she can't trust you. It is hurting. Although it's unexplained, but it's hurting. The last thing that you don't want to appear to women is to be flirting with many women. This time of searching, it appeared like you were talking to many women, entertaining many women. But remember, no sex, no money involved. You're trying to learn people. Once you have decided on the one, or when you are with the one, focus on her. There's nothing as annoying as to see that you're with her and you're chatting, flirting, talking to. When you're with a woman, give her your attention or your attention. Learn her. She could be the one, she might not be the one, but learn to give undivided attention through chatting, through talking, through conversations. Let her know she has your attention. Because I told you one of the things you close is when you finally meet the one. You close all those tabs. You'd open like 10 tabs of Maggie, Beatrice, Layla, who. Yeah. You close them in finality. Those whom you had a meaningful connection, you have to tell them. Now you are engaged, you're moving forward. Many of them you won't need to. Simply disappear. They will come later asking, where did you disappear to? Tell them I got married. Yeah. That's enough explanation. Oh, sorry, I got busy, I've been planning wedding, Oh, you did not, oh, sorry, yeah, but handle that. So many you remove yourself. They will die natural death. Those who remain persistent, you talk to them. Yes.
And the other mistake we make as men is throwing around these sweet names. You meet a lady for the first time.
You have reminded me that. Never call a person wife. Don't call her my woman.
Yes.
Don't call her sweetheart. Don't call her babe. Anything too soon. Also, never tell her the first day you meet her, you're my wife. I will marry you. That looks like a threat.
Yes.
Even if you know you marry her, even if you saw her in a dream, even if you have been prophesied, those prophecies were for you, not for her. So now you follow natural process. And the prophecy you are given will come to pass. And you tell her later, I received the prophecy, that's why I was sure. So the prophecy was supposed to strengthen your faith and direct your actions.
Yes.
not to try and close her in with blackmail and make her feel now she's disobeying God by not marrying you. That is foolishness and manipulation. And so we are saying, don't throw in those words too soon. Let them come with time. All right?
Yeah.
They'll come naturally with time. The safest name is her own name. The one she likes, and shortening it if she also likes that. All right? She could be Lillian, sometimes shortened to Lily, or any name that sounds playful, easy, but it's not outrightly romantic. All right? Of course, some names may not be possible to be abbreviated, but the way you address a person, you can notice the names that they enjoy. It will come up naturally as the relationship progresses. If you rush to use romantic names, they think you're trying to close them in, you're impatient, you're a controller, you're manipulative. Yes.
And when you pose the question to her, when should we meet next? Some people think that is showing effort.
That's not effort. Suggest a date instead. Can you meet on Saturday the 12th? Don't ask when. The ball is on your court. It's not on our court. So, sometimes it's the women who ask, when am I seeing you next?
Yes.
To express that they have missed you.
Yeah.
But as a man, you're supposed to say, about 10 months, can you catch up coffee over? Yeah, no problem, you tell me. She's asking, suggest I respond. So that's not effort. That's a question that you're telling her, pursue me. No? And you know, when a woman suggests to come, she'll be vulnerable to you telling her to come to your house. She wanted to be pursued so she can remain safe and set the rules for her own safety.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the men also, whenever they meet a lady, the mistake they made is to draw a list of the kind of lady he has been looking for.
So, no, don't give out the list. Just decide quietly whether she has the qualities. Don't show her. This is what I'm looking for: prayerful, godly. No. That list is for your private cross-checking. Personal. The judge does not show the contestants his scorecard. Maintain your scorecard. And then you score it quietly. She's also doing the same to you. If people ask you, what kind of woman are you looking for? Say what everybody would say. The obvious ones. The no-brainer. Okay? Hardworking is universal. You know, loving is universal. So, just say 3 universal qualities to get rid of the question. But the private ones for you, that she may not have. Because if you show her what you want, she does not have it. What is the purpose there? Yes.
Because during these sessions, everyone will want to put their very best foot forward, to show the best, to dress the best, to appear the best. So we tend to mask a lot.
Yes.
Benjamin. And in the process of masking a lot, we are tempted not to be who as real as we are supposed to be. So we forge a lot, you see, even trying to actually maintain the conversation with the lady, trying to impress her. And if she's not into you, it is going also to be, some lady find it difficult not to accept to meet you next time.
Yeah, and by the way, when you don't see a potential with a lady, don't meet her twice. It's deceptive. If she also refuses to meet you a second time, that's enough message.
Okay.
If she's no longer available, don't paste and don't show up. Don't show up at her work and announce. She will call the police on you. If people try to show up at your place and announce, call the police. That's intrusion of privacy.
Yes.
And one of the things men forget is that there's a difference between faking and putting your best foot forward. You can't say, me, I'm always real. Then you wake up the way you slept and you go for the date. Because I'm real. I want you to see the real me. Do you do that?
No.
You shower, you dress well. So are you faking?
No.
Thank you. There's a difference between dressing right, playing the role of the moment, and putting your best foot forward and trying to persuade. That is very different from pretending. Pretending is acting like who you're not. But even you, when you are real, you have many sides. You have romantic side, the working side, another many side, friendly side. Here you're bringing the romantic side to win a romantic tender. You must do what the situation requires. So it's your job to peer behind and see what else. Through conversations, through interactions, people will show you their values. You get to see their ugly weaknesses. One of the weaknesses I want you about is hygiene, poor hygiene.
Yes.
As you interact, you get to see it. It shows. If you're observant, you get to see it. And a person who's still dirty and messy is not ready. They have a long way to grow. As you said, you may never attain that level of cleanliness that you can compete with a woman or compete, but we should see you living like an adult. Living like a sound thinking adult. So that life together will be possible. Yes.
Right. Guys, there you have it. Let us now go and win these romantic tenters. Remember, if you get knowledge, two things happen. You think differently and you act differently. Thank you for watching the Benjamin Zulu Show. Till next time.